Thinking about taking a vacay during the Thanksgiving holiday? Our travel contributor, Sarah Dandashy, is back to offer her pro tips on unique destinations this Thanksgiving. It's good to see you.
Thanks so much for having me back.
Well, it's good to be back. I'll have you back on the show and back on this side of the country, too.
Yes.
So, Thanksgiving can be fraught. Do you travel, don't you travel? So what destinations, what ideas are you suggesting?
Well, I think, first of all, it's really kind of unique to think about there are actually some benefits to traveling during the Thanksgiving holiday, especially if you are game to travel internationally, maybe going more of a non-traditional approach. If you don't have family to see or you just want to get away, this is a great time to do it, because if you think about it, they're not necessarily celebrating Thanksgiving in other countries. So you can really get some great flight deals. You can think of places like Europe. You've got Germany, France, London. Especially this time of year, you're kind of right before the December holidays. You can get in on some of those Christmas markets, maybe get some of that early holiday shopping in. And it's sort of this calm before the December holiday storm. And what's interesting is that it can even be cheaper than flying domestically. So, I'm flying, for example, to Pennsylvania, and the flight ticket is looking about $1,500, where I could fly to Berlin for less than $1,000. I could fly to Puerto Vallarta for less than $600. So it really makes things a lot more interesting.
It certainly does. That's a big difference in dollars there. What about some unique destinations, unique getaways?
Okay, so I love this destination, and I actually happen to be there in September, Turks and Caicos. So what's interesting is November, the tail end of November, is just the end of their rainy season. But as one knows, in the Caribbean, it never rains for too long. And so it's really a good time for good deals. If not for the holidays, it should definitely be on your radar. In fact, Skyscanner recently announced that Turks and Caicos is going to be the top destination for 2025. They had a 528% increase in searches for next year for traveling. And then I happen to stay at a beautiful resort there. It's called the 7 Stars Resort and Spa. They've got a little bit of everything. So, of course, you've got the white sandy beaches, crystal blue waters, pools, tennis courts, all of that, and a really good culinary scene. So that's a place to kind of pin on your list for, if not the holidays, next year.
Sounds fantastic. Well, okay, let's talk about someplace warm where you can go, but you don't need a passport.
Okay, I say either think about the Florida Keys or the U.S. Virgin Islands. Now, the Florida Keys are always fun. It's the southernmost point of the United States. They've got a great golf cart culture and so many fun things. Beautiful properties there. Really something for everybody, whether you want to do more family friendly or you want to just be steps away from Duval Street. There's so much going on. Then, if you want to just get a little bit off of the contiguous United States, you've got the U.S. Virgin Islands. They're beautiful. Now, their season really kicks off in the middle of December, so definitely plan now. I happen to stay at a resort there called the Lovango Resort, which was so cool. It's like a private island in the island. You have to take a boat to get there. They've got glamping tents, elevated, and these are luxury tree houses, a wonderful food scene. So, again, a wonderful way to just look at exploring something a little bit different, and you don't need a passport to get there.
Thank you, Sarah. Now my head is spinning. I'm thinking about, where we can all go. We appreciate your guidance.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
We'll be back with more local lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.